So remember the scene from the Bumblebee movie trailer where, we saw Hoover Dam for a split second and nothing came of it? Well, originally, the movie was gonna end with a scene where we're gonna see Megatron frozen in ice. He was gonna be more G1 looking, and the Sector 7 age, we're gonna talk about how they can't let the Autobots know what they're hiding in there. Ever since then, we got a few concept arts here and there depicting, what a potential, frozen in ice Megatron was gonna look like. But every time we got one of those, we never really got a clear look at him. It was always just in the background and nothing really clear of him. The closest thing we got was the Battle at the Half Dome comic, and even then it was just a 2007 Megatron, because that comic operated with the version of the script that still tried to connect the Bumblebee movie to 2007 before it became a reboot. Well, today I am happy to finally put the whole mystery to an end, because right here we have the Bumblebee Movie Megatron official CAD model that was gonna be used for the movie. And here it is. This is the Megatron we were gonna get in all of its glory. He looks fantastic. Unfortunately, this is not texture, so we don't get to see the colors, but the toys pretty much tell us how he was supposed to look like. And as you guys can see here, you can see like the little, frozen ice shards around here, because they're supposed to symbolize how he was meant to appear in the movie. He was gonna be frozen on ice. And down there, you can also see that this is ILM generated studio model. So it was made by ILM, and this was in fact intended to appear in the movie. This is the model they actually used to make the concept Bumblebee Movie Megatron, which is the, newest Transformers Studio Series subline that's coming out, that's gonna be centered around characters that were not used in the movie. And oh my god, they couldn't have picked a better character to start this new subline. He looks phenomenal. We have a clear look at him now, fully colored, since we have some new render images of him. As you guys can see here, he looks very G1-ish, but again, it has it's very movie-fied, it has its differences. He's a triple changer, and here we have the full-on CGI render for how his tank and jet mode are gonna look like. The tank looks sick. This looks phenomenal. I love it. And oh my god, that jet mode is so sexy. I probably could have picked a better word to describe it, but okay. They both look really cool. I low-key wish that the jet was a helicopter instead, a nice reference to animated Megatron, but it is what it is. Here we have them both in toy form. They both look really cool. I'm still getting the Studio Series Megatron. A lot of you guys really seem to really love this design for Megatron, and if we do see Megatron appear in the Rise of the Beast sequel, this is exactly how I want him to look like. Now, the toys, however, do look a bit different from the concept art, and that's a given. Not everything can be translated one-to-one. For example, in the toy, the tank shell, it's more towards the right of Megatron's shoulder, while in the toy form it's that square at the center. And my guess is that they probably did that since Megatron here is supposed to be a triple changer. There's only so much engineering they can do to replicate that look. But I don't really mind. Megatron here looks sick. Here we have a close-up of him, like a CGI render. His cannon is gigantic, just look at him. His arms look almost skinny, but like the hand cannon just looks massive. He looks phenomenal. I honestly really love this design for him. I think he looks great. The mouth looks a bit weird. It gives me like Bumblebee movie Starscream vibes. And well, while I like Starscream, his body looked good, his mouth, his face always looked a bit off to me. And Megatron's mouth? Teeth? I don't know, this part looks very weird to me. Does look a bit off. Everything else about him looks phenomenal, in all honesty. I feel like this is one of those designs that, if you see it in a picture, you might be a bit put off by it, especially the mouth, but when you see it on screen, you are like, oh, that looks perfect. Which a lot of people feel that way about characters like Scourge, and even Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, which, yeah, I still stand by my statement that I don't like the face in Rise of the Beast Prime that much. But emotionally, it doesn't look that bad. Now, we got all of these images of Megatron thanks to Sam Smith on the Instagram, who posted like all of this info and data and images they had on Bumblebee Movie Megatron, and he did make a very interesting comment. Apparently, the scene that Megatron was supposed to be in was, the thing I said at the beginning. He was going to be frozen on ice on Sector 7. But something interesting that he mentioned is that they were going through a lot of the Bumblebee movie CAD files. And we know that characters like Rumble and Sunstreaker are going to be part of Studio Series, the concept art line. Rumble's already out there, and Sunstreaker is, rumored to show up next year. So thanks to Studio Series, we're going to get to learn about characters that were really close to completion, but unfortunately never made it into the movie. Megatron just happened happens to be the first one of those many characters. But something else that's very interesting I want to mention is that if you look at his packaging, the back of it, the backdrop of it says Cybertron Falls. Now this is very weird for a variety of reasons. When it comes to studio series, typically they portray the character where they should rightfully be. I know this is not the case sometimes. I mean, we all know the big fumble they did with Revenge of the Fallen Jolt, where he appeared in Chicago when he never was there. But with Megatron here, I feel like this is too on purpose to just do a mistake. He's specifically listed as appearing in Cybertron Falls, which the backdrop depicts him, as being on Cybertron. Now, I don't know which scene in particular. It could be the beginning scene when the Decepticons show up and, force Optimus and the Autobots to sort of, evacuate to the escape shuttles, or it could even be towards Bumblebee's flashback in the middle of the movie, where Prime is fighting the Decepticons and he gets surrounded. Personally, this feels a little weird, especially since if they wanted to portray Megatron here as being in the Hoover Dam, they totally could have. In fact, I think Shoutout and Dropkick, their backgrounds are actually in the Hoover Dam. So if they really wanted to, go for screen accuracy, or concept accuracy, let's say it, they could have always used that background, or hell, even made a new one for it. Since the Megatron right here is on an entirely new background, one that we haven't seen before, all the Transformers from Cybertron don't have this artwork for their back packaging. So this is a new type of packaging they specifically made for this scene right here, and if you look behind Megatron, we can see a couple of Seekers. Now, it's very well possible that maybe Megatron originally was intended to appear on Cybertron and then later appear on Earth. Maybe he also lands on Earth and gets frozen on ice. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, and maybe Megatron's whole role in the Bumblebee movie was just the deleted scene of him being on ice. The model seems to support that theory, considering that we do see all the icicles around here, implying that he's still frozen on ice. So this model was specifically designed to have him be on ice. And Studio Series, whole portrayal of him being on Cybertron is probably just because it would be cooler if he's, on Cybertron instead of just, this background being him frozen on Earth. At least that's what my personal theory on the matter is. But now that we know that the model exists, we know how it looks like, we can put most of our suspicions to rest. Since now we know that this is real, but we still don't know if whether, an actual deleted scene got filmed or not. Cause yeah, they had the model, but maybe they never got around to filming the scene, or maybe they did. For that, we might have to wait a few more years until something comes up. But I feel like we would have gotten something by now, especially in the deleted scenes, where, we got that infamous scene of Shoutout and Dropkick just hanging out in the Sector 7 base, waiting for the Human Council to make its decision. And a bunch of other deleted scenes, including the kitchen bots, which, never got to appear in the movie. I feel like if a film deleted scene in Movie Megatron was already filmed, it would have appeared by now. And the fact that we don't have it probably means that that scene never got to be filmed. But at least we know it was planned, and now finally we can say that Megatron, the deleted character from the Bumblebee movie, has officially been rescued from the clutches of the many cat files in the Bumblebee movie. Which, according to Sam Smith and some of the people working behind Studio Series, there's many more characters from the Bumblebee movie and all the Transformers movies out there that they have the cat files for, which will, in the future appear as part of the whole Studio Series concept storyline. I'm personally glad that this is the case, because in case you guys don't know, I used to do this video series more or less. Well, it was an unofficial series where I talked about deleted characters on Transformers. I talked about Breakaway, Landmine, Warpath, and a few others. But now I finally get to talk about Megatron here. And I guess the next character we'll probably talk about is Rumble, now that we know that he's one of those characters that was deleted from the Bumblebee movie, and we know how he looks like and what scene he was more or less supposed to be a part of. Looks like I'm gonna be making more videos on deleted / cult characters very soon. The reason why I stopped doing them is not because I got a little bored from that, and at the same time I was also running out of characters, but looks like Studio Series is gonna give us more characters to discuss and talk about. And Megatron seems to be the first of many more characters we can expect to see in the future. Also, something I want to clarify that I didn't get to do it in my last video where I covered all the reveals. Studio Series Megatron only seems to be a tiny bit taller than Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie. Here we have the official scaling for the two of them. It's not as exaggerated as we thought it was gonna be, and honestly, I like the scaling. I was a bit worried that he might be gigantic compared to Optimus Prime, and I know a lot of people were also feeling very iffy about Megatron being this much taller than Optimus, but Megatron being this much taller in comparison to Prime, this makes sense. I like the scaling for the two of them. Megatron is bigger, but he's not that much bigger, and I think this works for the most part. And honestly, these two together look so good. Like, seeing them on screen will be the greatest thing ever, and I'm hoping for the Rise of the Beast sequel that will be the case. But for that, we'll have to wait and see. So first off, I want to say two things. First off, I'm still doing my giveaway for the Buzzworthy Bumblebee True Builder Pack. If you guys want to enter, all you gotta do is hashtag giveaway in the comments down below, and I'll announce the winner Friday 10th of next month, which, you know, it gives everyone plenty of time to like enter the contest. Winner will be picked randomly, and I'm not choosing favorites. Even if you're a patron or a channel member, doesn't matter. Everyone gets an equal chance, and the winner will be picked randomly. Besides that, for my next video, I want to do a little bit of speculation and talk about characters that could potentially appear in the Transformers Studio Series concept line. On my Discord server over in the Transformers Movie channel, I asked you guys to like give me some ideas, and I really see Spook Sword, Speedstar, and a bunch of others already giving me some ideas of potential characters that could be in there. So if you guys want to help me out with that, you know, feel free to go there in the Discord and list like whatever amount of characters from any of the Transformers movies that could potentially appear in the concept line. But keep in mind that the requirements for being part of the concept line are very specific. They need to have a CAD model, so they need to be nearly finished. Think of it like Transit. There has to be some concept art behind them, so you know, having multiple concept art helps kind of like breakaway. And had to have been actually planned to be in the movie. There's a lot of concept art out there, and not all of it is for characters that are meant to appear in the movie. Think of it like the giant Revenge of the Fallen, you know, submarine wormhole thing. Like that was never gonna appear in the movie, just concept art that, you know, got deleted in the early stages. So, you know, be creative, but also know your limits. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about Megatron, the deleted Decepticon from the Bumblebee movie. Should he have been in the movie, or do you think they did the right thing by cutting him? Personally, I would have loved to see him, but seeing him in the movie would have also, you know, kind of anchored us to 2007 and the Michael Bay movies. So Megatron kind of had to be sacrificed in order for the movies to be a full-on reboot and not be, you know, tethered to the Michael Bay movies. Which, I know it sucks for a lot of people. Me personally, I would have loved to see this Megatron in the movie. But if it means that we are no longer tethered to the Michael Bay movies and the Transformers movies can now move in a better direction, well, hopefully at least in theory, then I think Megatron was, you know, the sacrificial lamb that kind of had to, you know, be sacrificed in order to set the movie straight and, you know, set the movie universe into a new direction. Whether that new direction will be better or worse, that's up to Hasbro and the people in charge, but only time will tell. So yeah, the next character I'll probably cover in this series will probably be Rumble, since he's the next character in the whole concept line studio series. And by virtue of being a concept, it means that he was planned to be in the movie but was unfortunately cut, just like Megatron here. So expect a video on him sometime in the near future. So yeah, as always guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Do all that annoying YouTuber stuff that the algorithm likes so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Anyways, guys, before we go, I want to give a shout out to our super cool Patreons: Predican Hunter Plays, Scrub Lord, Stitch Productions, Xavier the God, Super Sailor Formers Hedgehogs, Orino 64 Studios, Crazy T-Rex, King Sparta, Legend of Soup, D. Taylor, TF Cypher, Collie666, James Newbold, The Transformer, and an even bigger shout out to our top tier Patreons, Joe the Great, and XNR23, who donated a bunch of money. If you guys want to support me in a different way, Patreon's the way to go. There's quite a few good rewards in there, and you get to look at a lot of my videos early, the more high-end effort ones that take me a while to upload here on YouTube, and a bunch more. Again, be sure to check out their channels. They need all the help they can get. A lot, some of them do Transformers content, and some of them do whatever it is they like to do. Again, thank you guys so much for donating, it's much appreciated. But keep in mind this is optional because freedom is the right of all sentient beings. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!